Welcome to our new tutorial videos, guys. Welcome to Destiny School of DJ. And so we have decided to give out free sort of a DJ course system or DJ tutorials for everyone online, because we know not everyone will be able to afford to go to a DJ school or a music school or take up DJ courses and learn. There are quite a few people who might not get the opportunity to do that. So this whole tutorial series is mostly focused for people who are passionate about learning DJing at home, with the bare minimum equipment which you can get. If you see it in like an INR situation, which is in a INR currency, you can get a good basic controller for 25,000 or less than 25,000 in a Pioneer model. And a good laptop, that depends on you. What's your choice of laptop or a computer? And you're good to go. You can learn DJing on your controller. Now that what is your end goal? Now that depends on how much practice you put on this. After we cover all our tutorial videos, we'll be releasing every week 1 or 2 videos, and you can follow us. You can click the bell icon and subscribe to our channel and keep getting notified and keep watching the videos every day or every week. Every week, and you can learn DJing at home. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's pretty simple, and we'll be putting it in a very simpler way so that everyone can understand it. It will not be very complicated. DJing is very simple. It's just an art. If you have the passion, you can learn it in a very easiest way. Okay, so carry on forward. Yeah, from this week onwards, we'll be releasing 1 or 2 videos, like I said before, and anyone who's interested can learn. And if you really want to learn in depth and want to have like a one-on-one sessions with us, you can apply for online DJ classes. We don't really charge that big of an amount for which usually all the other DJ schools charge. We are focused more for an affordable price where even you can learn the art and even you can follow your passion, basically. So now let's just get started. So in today's tutorial videos is going to be very basic. It might quite be boring if you already know what a DJ setup consists of and what all these knobs and functions usually do. And if you're really looking forward for tutorial videos just to know how to mix a song or something like that, then you will probably have to wait a little bit, because we are starting from the scratch, from A to Z. We are covering every topic and every knob what it does, and every fader and every button on this controller which you find, and most of the buttons which you find on this controller is also found on most of your DJ setups. So it's almost the same. You might just have a slight variation of the size of the compact size, and the system setup will be a little bit different, but basically you can use all the skills which we are teaching you to in these videos, and practice it in any of your choice of equipment, DJ equipment. So starting on now, let's just get started. So any basic DJ setup consists of 3 things, three crucial things. The first 2 are the CD players 1 and 2, CD player 1 and CD player 2, and then we have a mixer. Basically all the audio information which comes from the mixer from CD player 1 will go into mixer, and then the CD player 2 also goes into the mixer. And then we do the transition from, if you have to change the song from deck 1, or we can call this as deck 1 and deck 2, and if you want to change the song, transition from one song to another song, we can do the transition on the mixer part. And whatever you're doing in this mixer, all this information will be again forwarded to your master deck or master channel over here. So these are actually 4 columns, which is all different channels. Right now these 2 are connected. If I want to connect another 2 of my CD players to the side of this and have 4 CD players together and connect it to this one mixer, I can connect it. And then again, all this information which you're doing in this part, it's called the mixer part. And then all the information what you're doing, like all the mixing session from changing one song to another, or manipulating the sounds using the EQ, equalizer knobs, all that information what you're doing will be sent to your master volume or the master meter over here, and then it goes into the main speaker, and that is what the crowd or the audience will be listening to. Okay, I hope I'm audible enough. Even though the meter is going into orange, I hope I'm audible enough and not distorting. But okay, let's get started. Like I said, 2 CD players and 1 mixer. So as we keep going, we'll be learning more. So what all the audio information which is being sent to the mixer is sent using a cable called RCA cable. Those are your red and white cables. Very simple red and white cables. So one second, let me see if I have those in my hand. Yes, so these sort of cables are the RCA cables. Okay, hold on, yeah. these are the RCA cables. Very simple, very easy. So these you connect from your CD players into your mixer. It goes behind on top of over here in the behind part of the mixer, and you can connect it using your CD players. That's it, very simple. And once you're connected from both your CD players, you have again an option to choose between line and phono when you're connecting in between, when you're actually connecting it to your CD mixer. Sorry, when you're connecting your CD players to your mixer, you also have to choose between line and phono. So right now, for now, just know that always connecting your CD players when you're connected to your line, not the phono. Why you have to connect it to phono? I think we have already uploaded a tutorial video with the difference between a line and a phono. You can probably go and check that out. But still, as we are going forward, because this is a new tutorial series, we'll be explaining it all over again and with a different set of concepts. But if you all want to know, you can go and watch the video in a tutorial series in our channel. All right, so make sure whatever digital, so right now if you're connecting any digital input options like a CD players, phones, iPhones, iPads, or another CD player, or laptops, or another controller, you have to connect it in line when you're connecting into your mixer part, whichever channel you're choosing. These are the 4 different channels. So right now it is numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4. Few mixers have it as 1, 2, 3, 4. Most of the mixers have 1, 2, and 3, 4. Depending on what mixer and when it was made and blah blah blah, it goes on. So you can connect right now. My setup is usually 1, and I choose 1 and 4. I'm not using 2 as usually, right? The background noise, the background music which is coming out is playing on channel 2. That is to cut out the background noise which is coming, the ambient noise which is coming from picking up from my mic, even though it is not supposed to do that. I don't know. All right. So this is what the basic DJ setup is. Once you connect your CD players to the mixer, then you have all these functions which we use. Right now, just don't focus on this channel 2 because it's just giving me the background noise, background music, so that it keeps you interested enough, hopefully. Alright, so the next part is very simple. Once you connected, whenever I select a song and whenever I play a song, how do you know if I play a song over here, which channel I have connected it? If you don't know which channel you have connected behind, if you just close your eyes and just connect it behind and you're just in white bias, if you don't know where you've connected it, most probably you will know which channel you're connected. But still, the easiest way is just when you press play, you might see the volume meter pop up on the channel. So right now only 2, just ignore the 2. So if I press play, the channel 1, the volume meters are popping up, right? So that means your audio signals from deck 1 is being sent to channel 1. And if I select channel 4, the deck 2, which is my second deck, and if I play a song over here, you see the 4th channel is lighted up. Channel 4 over here is lighting up. So that means the audio signals are working properly. You're getting a proper audio signal on both your channels. You don't have any problems. Now, next, if we go from the top, like I said before, once you connect, you have to choose when you are connecting where you have connected your RCA cable, where is input connected to. Right now, every mixer, this is a mixer which uses USBs and a line. So I have 2 USBs, which are 2 different laptops which I can connect at a time, and a line is basically another line. Like if I want to connect my phone in this particular channel, I can connect it to my using the line setup over here. And if I want to connect, for example, if I want to use another, right now my USB B, that means my another laptop. If I want to connect another laptop, and if I want to play a song from another laptop, I can just switch this. And as soon as I switch it, it is going as it's not showing me the song which is loaded before. It shows as audio unavailable on the screen as well. So pretty simple, you get it over there, right? So as soon as I switch it back to USB B, whatever song which I had actually loaded in my laptop is again showing back. Okay, this is deck 1, this is deck 2. All right, now so once you choose your right channel or the right settings, let's get into this. So now let's talk about audio, sound, decibel systems and everything. This is over here. I think you can read it over here. It's called as trim. In the latest mixers or the latest equipment, it is coming as trim, but before basically it used to be known as gain. Gain and trim means the same thing. If you're using an older mixer and if it has gain, and if you might be thinking I don't have a trim, that means it's very different. No, it's the same thing. Gain and trim is the same thing. Basically what it does is, not all the songs are made in one particular audio decibel units, right? So all the songs might vary between the decibel units of, like, decibel units as in sound is measured in decibel units, so it might not be the same amount of volume which all the songs have. So what happens at that point of time, whenever you see, for example, if I'm playing press play, you can see this is only lighting up 3 volume meters, and if I press play another channel, my second deck, you can see this, everything is lighting up. It's going up to 5 points and 1 orange point. So that means the volume, both the songs volumes are not matched properly. The volume meters, the main function of the volume meter is for us to know, even before you put the volume out to the main mixer or the main master, you get to know how much volume that song has, like how much power that song has. So you can check over here, if you're playing deck 4 right now outside, and if you see the volume and the next song is selecting over here, and if you're playing this song and if it doesn't really have the same amount of volume, even it's really hard to tell just by listening in your headphones if the volume meter actually matches or not. Sometimes you might be able to tell it, sometimes you might not be able to tell it. So at that point of time, we can use this trim or gain to adjust the volume. Even though if you push this volume completely up, you might still, for example, if I'm going to push this background and then push this completely up, and yeah. Alright, so this is the complete volume of the song. And then I'm going to push this. This is very loud, right? Okay. And again, this one. So the volume is not really, it's almost there, but it's still lacking. The volume is not really that loud. So what I can do is I'm going to increase this and a little bit more until it pops out with one orange light. Yeah, now they are in the same, but still you can see they are not. It doesn't mean all the time that your these knobs, trim knobs, should be in the center 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or something like that. Now I'm gonna this was very loud. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you what position your knobs to be kept at. It's not always that, okay, these all knobs are at center 12 o'clock, so I might also put it at like a center 12 or like straight line, right? No, that's not how you're supposed to be putting your gain or trim knob. Your gain or trim knob should be put accordingly to your volume meters. See, this channel 2 is perfect. It's on one, it's not going on the orange light, so that means this is the perfect amount of volume. We don't, just because you want to boost the volume on your main speakers, you should not use trim to boost it until and unless only the song actual volume is really low, like which way I showed you previously. Only then you have to use this to boost the volume, not until then. Okay, so until then, always make sure your volume meters are in green, so that basically it's very simple. If your volume meters goes into red lining, if you're trying to red line it like this, that means your sound is getting distorted. So whatever the signals which are being sent from your mixer to the master volume, it's going to get very distorted. It's going to sound really mushy or muddy. So we don't want that. We want the audience to also actually enjoy the song. We just don't want the volume to be very high. We want the audience to enjoy the music. We want to feel the groove of the music and go with the rhythm. So that for that reasons, we'll always make sure the volume meters, all our channels volume meters are always in green. Or okay, one orange is acceptable, but still make sure you try to keep it as orange only. Okay, so we'll push this down to one orange. And right now the volume, like the angle of these knobs are around almost up to like a 9 to in between to 10 o'clock in a clockwise direction, like at this point. But it is not always necessary that it has to be at this point. Not always. Always check your volume meters and then adjust it accordingly. Okay. All right. So next is this is your trim and gain knob, and then we have these 3 different knobs for each channel. So right now these 3 for all, like every channel has these all knobs. Okay, they're all same, but just like every channel has its own controls. So right now for these 3 are called equalizers. So basically, if you have ever used an equalizer in your phone or anywhere on your computer or anything, you might know that there is something called bass and a treble. Very simple things which we get to see in a computer or a phone. Bass and a treble, very simple. So what is bass and what is treble? So basically, bass is known as your low frequencies. This is what controls the bass, and your treble can also be called as high. It is not technically right, but we can, for the sake of the argument, we can say that high is also known as treble. It's not technically right though, just for the sake of this explanation I'm going to tell you, but we'll go in depth about what is what. Okay, so these are your two bass and treble. Okay, so basically what do I mean, why do we have these knobs? It's very simple. So I'm going to be increasing the volume of the deck 4 and decrease this. It's the same song though. Okay, so right now so I'm pretty sure you can hear me properly. So right now if I cut the low, if I'm going towards the left side, so sorry, I don't know what happened there. So if I'm going to the left side, that means anti-clockwise, that means I'm cutting the frequencies. And if I'm going right side, clockwise direction of the knob, now if I'm rotating it clockwise, then that means I'm going to increase the frequencies. If I'm going left, I'm cutting. So first thing first, I'm going to cut it. So if this is what the low is known as bass, right? So all your bass, that groove and the punch, everything, I'm cutting it. It's gone. Now only what you can hear is the treble part basically. So these two actually can be also called as treble, but let's not get into that. So basically when I cut the low, all your energy, all the groove, everything went down. You can't hear anything, nothing. So all the bass, all the bass of the song, or the punch of the kick, basically we call it kick drum, the kick of the song, and the bass line is in the low. And as I'm bringing back up, you can feel it coming back in. And if I'm increasing it, you can see the volumeter started to go up to more. It's increased. That means it's going to start getting distorted and you might not be actually be enjoying it over there. Yeah, so I pull it down back again. So basically all these knobs have a lock at center. 12 o'clock we have a lock, a small click sort of a thing, which lets you know that you're at the neutral position of this EQ knob. So right now all of these are at the equal position of this knob. Okay, so as you can see, when I'm cutting it, it's completely cutting the whole the low frequencies. It's completely cutting out all the low frequencies. And now we have mid and high. So let me see how much minutes I've taken. Okay, so basically I have decided to keep the tutorial videos within 20 to 15 minutes. So we have more 3 minutes. So I'll try to rush this in. So now we have mids and highs. So basically, like I told you, low is all your kick and bass line. Now if we have to see if in a pop song or any song which has vocals in it, all your vocals will be in your mid, and high is where it's like the basic simplest explanation which we give to our students over here is high is basically like when you're increasing your brightness in your phone, the screen actually get brighter and you can actually see it getting brighter, right? So high also technically gives you the same feeling, but actually what's happening is it also consists of two things. It first consists the shine or the brightness of the song, and it consists the hi-hats, the rides, the crash sounds, which be the drum. If you have seen a drummer, he has different elements all around, right? So he keeps hitting all those. So all those higher elements, the crash, the snares, the hi-hats, the rides, the cymbals, all of those are in your high. So what do I mean by that is I'm just gonna forward this to the part where it might have the most amount of high part, and I'm gonna push it this. So if you can see, yeah, I'm just gonna cut the highs now. And also observe, I'm cutting this, it feels like you're listening to a very old speaker. If you're listening, you might be listening in a very good speakers on your headphones or something, but it feels like you're listening in a very old sort of a retro speaker. Just listen to it. And as I'm bringing it back in, you can see it feels like the brightness of the shine of the song is coming right back in. It gives you the same feel. But also observe that sound, and that we are actually cutting one element, that hi-hat sound which keeps repeating. That sound also will come back in as I'm bringing this in. Let's go. Got it? So that's very simple as that. So basically it consists all your highs, like I said, your higher elements and your hi-hats, drum elements basically. And now for the mid section of the song, it's pretty simple. Let's choose a song which has vocals, which is over here. Okay, and I'm gonna push this in now. And once observe this, as I'm cutting the mid frequencies, you can see the vocals almost going, it's almost gone. Yeah, so the mid frequencies are almost vanished completely, right? I mean, the vocals are completely gone. It's still there because the higher, just the high pitch of that vocal is being audible. It's basically you have cut out almost the all vocal. When you're mixing two different songs, that actually helps a lot. As I'm bringing back in, you can also observe again. Let's play that again. I can hear what you say. All right, so that is. I think you got pretty much the idea of what exactly was happening over there, right? So the mid is basically controls your vocals. So in mid it also controls, if you have to see in this song, which doesn't really have vocals in it, and if I cut the mid part, all that melody part which is there, all the synthesizers which he's using, it's all going to get vanished. So that sound which was coming in, it's not audible now. As I bring it in, see, even that flute sort of instrument which is going on, that is gone completely. And as I'm bringing it in, okay, the flute part is actually not there in this section. But let me just go to a part where it might have. This part has it. So when I'm cutting it, it's gone. That flute part of the whatever that synthesizer was there, that is gone. As I'm bringing it back in, it has come back in. So now again, it's very important. So now you know basically what all these knobs are. What are the function of these knobs? What is what and what is what not? And this is called a simple color knob, and then it's like an FX knob. So basically what happens is all these three knobs are predefined, so you can't change what it exactly does. But in higher mixers, the high-end mixers like these, and the actual DJM 900s, and I think it is 2000 also, I don't really remember, but DJM 900s and 700s have the option to choose between 4 different effects over here. So basically what it does is, if I on the filter is the most used effect, if you can see. So this is what it's doing. It's completely cut out. It's a filter. So for that part, I think you should probably, if you have equipment at home, you should probably test it out what exactly filter does. But if you really want to know what exactly it does, we'll go into that in our later videos. But right now, you know, basically the most important concepts, all these 4 knobs are the very most, these are the basic fundamentation of all the mixers. And now you know what exactly these knobs exactly contain what. Basically, and I'm gonna say it out again and finish this tutorial video for this part. So first thing first, low is your kick and the bass line, all the groove, all the energy of the song is in your low. Mid is your instruments on the, if it is a pop song, or sorry, I mean if it's a vocal song, it has all the vocals in it. And if it is most of your elements like your instruments and everything is in mid, man. So if you cut it out, that means you're cutting out all of those frequencies. And now if you're going to high, like I said before, it's the shine of the song, and it also contains that hi-hats, that which comes in, all those and the shine of the song, hi-hats, cymbals and rides. There's so many drum instruments, man. So most of those drum instruments come in these high part. So if you're cutting those, so now basically if a DJ is, for example, if a techno DJ is performing somewhere, or a melodic techno, or any big artist, it can be Ben Boomer, it can be, there's so many big names, man. I don't know whom you might be knowing, so I'm not just gonna name them. So anyone who is doing it, so basically if they are mixing 2 different songs, like if it's a deep house genre, or a melodic techno, or techno, or house, which has a lot of groove in it, so they use all of these EQs to do the transition more smoother and sound more tight. When they do it, those mixes, it really sounds good even to listen. It goes so smooth. The songs transition from one song to another song so smoothly. For that, there are 3, I think there's only 2 main reasons for that. One is the first thing we have covered, there's the EQ. The second thing we'll be covering it in the next part. So it's basically the harmonic, it's called harmonic mixing. So that we'll be covering in the coming on tutorial videos. I think I took a lot of time right now. Okay, we have 5 minutes more ahead, but anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it's been a very informative. I gave you all the information which is supposed to be there. And if you have any more doubts or anything, please comment down below, and please share our video with your friends who might be interested in learning DJing. Please share it with them and let them know that we are providing you guys a free online DJ course. And if you really want to learn DJing, you can also enroll to our online DJ classes, where we'll be doing one-on-one online DJ classes. Not some tutorial. We'll not be sending you some tutorials or something, but we'll be doing one-on-one sessions, and let's just figure it out from there. All right. I hope you all have a great day. Please wear your mask. Be safe. Thank you. Take care.